This is going to be my actual video for today. I know I was supposed to have uploaded another one today earlier on, but the main thing is that I'm I actually skipped the video yesterday because I was talking to someone for a while, so I wasn't able to actually make this video. So here I am, and I've done some more research on the Google Ads service delivery I'm going to be conducting for my clients, which should be rolling out in the next few days due to the fact that they're supposed to have their forms out to me now, but they don't seem to be, and because of that I'm actually filling while I'm contacting them to fill in their forms. So as soon as we get that up and running, it's going to be official. I'll actually have, well, when they sign the contract, it'll be official. I'll have clients, but as of now, I don't have any. There are some other people who have expressed interest in my service, but I'm not going to count them as even meetings yet because I haven't gotten them on board technically. I had someone at the end of a sales call yesterday almost entirely convinced, and then they said, I actually have a second company and I need to think more about this because depending on the circumstances, I might have you do this for both my companies, but I just need to think about it. So under normal circumstances, I would not have accepted that objection, but because he has a second company, it's pretty unusual. So I'm actually going to let him off and let him think about it for a bit. And I had another. Did I have a meeting today? Like an actual meeting? I don't really remember, to be honest. Oh, I did, yeah. I had a meeting. It was with the office manager of some place, and I basically had him convinced as well. And then at the end of the call, he said, "Okay, I'll go and talk to the managing director about it." And I'm just thinking, flip's sake, did I just use up 30 minutes of my time on convincing the office manager that this was a good idea when they're not in a position to make a decision? It's not a waste of time, and I don't know, I still might be in for a shot, but it's not what I was thinking. I thought I was in touch with the decision maker, so it's just kind of another thing I can do with learning from. So in other cases now, I do have some other people sort of on the fence. They don't know whether to come on board or not. So far, I have two clients who've said that they actually definitely will come on board. But other than that, there's a few who are kind of just thinking about it, circumstantial. So I don't count them as anything, and I'm not going to. I'm just going to keep going and getting more meetings and doing more of what I'm doing because that's what needs to be done. And it's the answer my brain really doesn't want to hear because my brain is naturally going to be pain avoidant, but it's what I must do. I think for one, I am getting now. I'm not again going to say I'm good at sales or anything, but I'm getting this is to fool my brain now, not to think I'm good at sales, but to getting an efficient result in the endeavors I pursue in terms of sales calls. I'm getting an effective result, and I think that's all I can really hope for. Because usually the only reasons that people would say that they're thinking about it would be circumstantial. If they do say they think about it after with no particular reason, might be the ad spend, and I'm usually able to follow up on it like I did with the first sort of signed client, but it wasn't really signed because they haven't actually signed anything yet. So they're not really a client. So technically I have no clients yet. Yeah. I got one meeting today and I made probably about 80 or 90 calls overall, maybe, because it came up as over 100 on the thing, but I know a bunch of those were repeats, and I ended up counting 10 of them as repeats, even though I remember explicitly maybe 3 or 4 were. So yeah, probably a bit, maybe even above that. The problem is I used to book about 3, maybe even 4 meetings a day. Now I book 1 a day possibly, because most people I end up contacting are they're either gatekeepers of corporations, or they're super busy people, or they're winding down, or they don't exist anymore and they don't answer the phone, which causes me to end up wasting my time, or they set themselves as busy, which is like the worst case scenario possible, because then I have to ring back again in half an hour, ring back again in 3 hours, and then ring back again at the end of the day, and then ring back again the next morning, and then ring back again for the next 3 mornings after that morning, to make sure I followed up enough until either someone tells me to F off, or I myself just realize, yeah, this person isn't going to respond to me. I'm pretty tired, you may have noticed. I'm operating on about 6.4 hours of sleep, because that's sort of what I tracked in my journal. I had a long conversation with someone last night, and I ended up going to sleep at 11 o'clock because I fed off the sheer amount of joy within them. And since there's like no joy within me, my brain found it kind of hard to contain such enjoyment and actual hope in life, that I ended up staying awake for about half an hour to 2 hours after 11 o'clock when I initially endeavoured to go to sleep. Therefore, I woke up again at 7, because I wake up every morning at 7, absolutely, well, maybe not completely wrecked, but I knew that I was going to be fecked later on in the day, and that later on in the day is occurring to me now. So there you have it. And even now, it's not that bad compared to what it's going to be tomorrow, because when you don't sleep enough one night, it's not going to bother you the next day, but it's going to bother you the day after, even if the night after you slept enough. That's just how it works for my particular situation. My body just kind of has a delayed sort of suffering reaction. So I know it's going to mess me up tomorrow. It might even mess me up slightly the next day, but as long as I keep sleeping properly, I should be fine. Of course, reading the Bible as well takes up so much of my time. Like, my brain just doesn't want to read at all, and then I put myself through 50 minutes to an hour of reading 10 bloody pages from the Bible. Thank God I'm nearly finished it. But there's no real... Sorry, I was about to say there's no real point to it, but there is a point to it. And now I suppose I'm just trying to go through the motions of mindset in my brain of like, wow, future's going to be so great because I'm going to have money and I'm not going to need a job. But really, I just don't even have enough hope left in my brain to even bother thinking of that. Not hope, but like, happy chemicals that most people have that I don't really have much of. There is that that situation. But what now? I forgot what I was going to say. What was I going to say? Oh, yeah, thinking of the future and how great my future is going to be. Yeah, my brain doesn't want to think that, because my brain kind of just wants to lose consciousness and go to sleep and just stop being conscious in real existence for the moment, which I don't really blame it for. It's operating on 6.4 hours of sleep. I shouldn't really work 18 hours in a day, and I'm not going to do that. Crazy people working that long in the day. Anyway, I'm getting off topic here, and when I get off topic, it leads to a less valuable video, hence the reason I have no views yet. Though I feel as though I think as though even if I was making valuable videos, unless they were extremely valuable, they wouldn't be garnering many views now anyway. So it would likely take a year or two anyway. And that's kind of the plan, getting a good bunch of views in year 1 and year 2, and then there'll actually be kind of a documented community on this channel, and it'll be pretty cool. Don't know what that feeling is like, because I've never really won in any digital endeavor in my life, but I'll try it anyway. So this video is nearly 10 minutes long. I don't know, I might as well end it. I kind of just want to think and stuff. So yeah, if you want to have a chat, come down and comment. Be happy to accommodate you.